We're back, Redbed here, and we're giving you a review of the British Grand Prix. The MotoGP race was held last week at the world famous Silverstone racetrack. We had a large crowd, over 115,000 people for the weekend for this 20-lap race. Marco Bezzecchi was on pole, and as we're about to begin, Marco Bezzecchi takes off, but he's beaten to the line by Jack Miller. Jack Miller is able to take first place on the first lap. Jorge Martin gets rear-ended by Brad Binder, and he goes wide on the track and ends up in 17th place. This race has started off full of surprises. Jack Miller's still holding on to first place, but this wouldn't last long because on lap 2, Francesco Bagnaia is able to grab first place from Jack Miller. Francesco Bagnaia is able to pass Jack Miller through Copse. Now Jack Miller's day goes from bad to worse because on the next lap, he gets pushed wide by Maverick Vinales, and this ruins his day. He ends up in 14th place after this incident. Joan Mir ends up crashing on the same lap. Lap 3, his race day is over. I don't think he's finished a race this year.
This kind of thing happens to me every week.
Like he can't help himself.
Alex Marquez comes into the pits. He has a mechanical problem. His race day is over. Then disaster strike. Marco Bezzecchi crashes out on lap 6. He was trying to brake late like Pecco Bagnaia, and he failed. Now, he was turned 15, his race day was over, he was not injured, but his bike was heavily damaged during this crash. Bezzecchi was having a great day up until this incident. He was not having any problems being second behind Pecco Bagnaia. Top 5 midway through the race were Francesco Bagnaia, Aleix Espargaro, Maverick Vinales, Brad Binder, and Johann Zarco. Yamahas were not having a great day, being in 8th place and in 11th place at this time of the race. Also, by about lap 13, it's becoming a wet track, and they're letting the riders know if they wanted to come in to change bikes for wet weather tires, they can. Now, also, we have another crash. On lap 15, Marc Marquez and Enea Bastianini get into a crash. This is another DNF for Marc Marquez. Enea Bastianini runs into the side of Marc Marquez, and both of their race days are over. Just a reminder to like and subscribe so we can bring you more racing videos about the racing world and people in it. Now, Brad Binder is able to move up into 2nd place and pass Aleix Espargaro. On lap 17, Maverick Vinales is able to pass Brad Binder, and now both Aprilias are in podium places. There's a lot of passing going on at the top of the field late in the race. Now we also have another pass. We have Miguel Oliveira do a double pass on Brad Binder and Maverick Vinales, and he's able to grab 3rd place late in the race. Today we've had full of action, and we have late action in the race where we have Fabio Quartararo and Luca Marini collide, and Fabio Quartararo loses his whole front fairing, and he ends up having to go back to the pits and change his bike. As you see here, his whole front fairing is missing. It is getting way wetter later in the race. As you see, the rain is coming down, but nobody comes in to change their bikes. Pecco Bagnaia is still holding on to first place. We have a great last lap battle. Aleix Espargaro is charging hard, and Aleix Espargaro is able to pass Pecco Bagnaia at Maggots, and he holds on to first place. Pecco Bagnaia tries to get him back later in the lap, but he's unable to, and Aleix Espargaro comes home and wins the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. It looked like Francesco Bagnaia had it in the bag, but Aleix Espargaro made sure he was the winner on this day at Silverstone. What a great ride by him on his Aprilia. This is Aleix's first win since Argentina 2022, and this is Aprilia's first win for the MotoGP season. Top 5 for the race were Aleix Espargaro, Francesco Bagnaia, Brad Binder, Miguel Oliveira, and Maverick Vinales. Some race notes. Jack Miller, even though he got off to a hot start, he got pushed down to 17th, but he was able to finish in 8th place. Also, rookie Augusto Fernandez finished in 11th. Fabio Quartararo and Franco Morbidelli, both Yamahas, finished in 14th and 15th place. Now, Pecco Bagnaia, he had a great race, but unfortunately he came second on that last lap battle with Aleix Espargaro, the winner of the race. This is great for Aprilia. Aprilia hasn't started off so well this season, but they're starting to have a few great races later in the season. If I was going to rate this race, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. It had some really great, exciting moments, especially in the beginning of the race. Had some dull parts, but overall, the race was pretty good. The next race is in about a week at the Red Bull Ring, the Austrian GP. We'll be doing a live stream watch along for that. We've been doing that for MotoGP and Formula One, so tune in for that. Congrats to all the winners. Looks like Ducati's going to be having some competition. Aprilia is starting to have some better races along with the KTM, so you never know. Jack Miller faded a bit, but we also have Brad Binder. Congrats to all the winners. I hope you enjoyed the race review. Please like and subscribe. We're up to over 300 subscribers, so we thank everybody who's been supporting the channel. More race reviews to come up on the channel about MotoGP, Formula One, and the people in the racing world. Redbet, signing off.